After History Channel's minor success in the last game, the History Channel kept going with the American Civil War, only instead of focusing on other battles that were not focused in the original game, they decided to do a sequel on secret missions that happened during the war in between battles. With this establishing our setting, we shall now join Private from the last game, Private George Dearborn, as he ventures through this game.
Nope. I do not want to do this.
What? What do you mean? Wait, you can talk?
This game is absolute dog shit. If it's such a bad game, it's not worth an episode.
George, this is
like,
what
I
makes
seriously don't
Muskets
understand why
so
we would even do
good.
this
What
game.
makes it-
The
that's what
first
it's all
game was
about.
almost near perfect with a high rating. This
being
one
a
is
bad
absolutely
game,
trash. I don't understand
wouldn't that
why
be a
on
good
earth
thing to show
we would
off
do
the
this
Muskets
one
and how
as they,
inaccurate it
like,
is?
what with the value of everything,
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
rating
This game is
system.
boring
This
as
would be
shit.
perfect
The Musket
for
gameplay
Muskets
is
and
some of the
media.
worst that I've ever seen.
George,
And why
it's
secret
the-
missions? It's the goddamn Civil
George.
War. I want to see the big battles. I don't want to see people just
George?
sneaking around with their
Shut
weapons
up!
and all that.
That's enough! George Dearborn, you are going to look at this game and do a show on it, or I swear to God, I will take that ramrod and shove it down your throat. God damn it! I lost my train of thought. You know what? No. You're on your own for the rest of this intro. I don't care anymore. This is no longer my problem. This is your problem. Go fuck yourself. I'm out of here. Later. I'm out. This is on you. This is your problem now. Go fuck yourself.
Oh, okay. We will do the episode. All right. We'll do the episode. Fine. Hello everyone, my name is George Dearborn and welcome back to Muskets and Media. And today we are going back to the Civil War, but instead of showing off the awesome set pieces, checking out more of the major battles of the Civil War, we will be looking at the secret missions carried out behind the scenes of all the great battles that happened. Yes, today we'll be looking at the sequel to last month's episode, History Channel's Civil War Secret Missions, which failed to be better than the original game in almost every single way. In History's Civil War Secret Missions, the player assumes the role of both Union and Confederate soldiers fighting behind enemy lines in legendary battles that took place during the American Civil War. The player's goal is to disrupt the enemies of both the North and South by any means necessary, including stopping enemy supply lines, stealing ironclad ships, and sabotaging enemy strongholds. Engaging in some of the Civil War's most famous battles, such as the Great Train Raid of 1861 and the Fall of Vicksburg, in utilizing classic weapons from the era, including the pepperbox revolver and the coffee mill machine gun. All missions are based off the actions of famous partisans, scouts, and rangers, fighting as a member of mostly Rangers, Sheridan Scouts, Grant's Secret Service, and receiving mission commands from famous generals like Robert E. Lee, Stonewall Jackson, and Ulysses S. Grant. The game takes the player through secret missions that took place on both sides of the war. The player has to battle enemy forces and protect his fellow soldiers. Melee is a large part of the game, as it was in the prequel. Reload times vary from weapon to weapon, with muskets taking a long time to reload, and repeating rifles taking a relatively short time. Missions include being part of a secret sniper mission at the Battle of Gettysburg, conducting a covert train raid on the B&O Railroad, sabotage artillery outposts during the Battle of Lewisburg, etc. Players get to use a variety of weaponry from the era, such as repeating rifles, grenades, sabers, artillery, and shotguns. The game features intense tactical combat. It is based on authentic Civil War combat methods, artillery barrages, urban assaults, sniping and stealth, set charges, place explosives, sabotage enemy strongholds, and destroy enemy buildings to complete objectives. Each level begins with a short History Channel documentary video, which describes the historical events depicted and their significance in the Civil War. Players encounter bonus objectives from mission to mission, such as saving POWs and destroying crates. Players can ignore or accept these bonus objectives. The game received mediocre ratings from critics. IGN praised the graphics but panned the length of the game. Game Rankings criticized the small glitches but praised the game in portraying something to skip World War II shooters. Many critics did, however, noted that the game was one of the best in its genre, noting how special it was due to the unique setting. GameFAQs described it as currently the best first-person Civil War shooter in its top 10 American Civil War games. Louis Bolsong from What Culture listed it as a number 10 in its top 10 best historical first-person shooter video games, stating, "While Civil War Secret Missions was a low-budget game that garnered only to mediocre ratings, it was the first to show the gaming industry that there is a place for shooters beyond the invention of tanks and portable machine guns. Civil War action games such as Bound in Blood and War of Rights would take and improve the same stats years later." Did we play the same game? This game sucks from a historical standpoint. Now I understand this game came out in 2008, but they said that it's the first of its kind. Did they even know that this game was a sequel? Oh, they rated the first one, so they clearly did. So the people who bought and played the game agreed that it was mediocre. I want to know what lead you were inhaling while forging your minute balls, because it was clearly something was wrong with you to give it an 8 out of 10. Personally, this game to me was not that good, story-wise and gameplay-wise. I will say, however, since graphics improved since Civil War: A Nation Divided, the models in the game as a whole do look a whole lot better. And while I am a fan of the gritty graphics from the last game, you can't deny that this game looks more appealing to the normal gamer. But that's the only compliment I can give this game. Let's go ahead and get to the weapons and see just how badly they f***ed this up. Civil War Secret Missions brings along the same weapons from Civil War: A Nation Divided, but worse in every way, and I do mean every single way. Weapons in the game look, feel, and sound lazy as hell compared to the first game. The biggest issue I have with these guns in this game are the reload animations are super lazy. You literally had better animations from the game that you made 2 years ago. What happened? The game was made by the same people, Colonial Studios, so it's not like that someone new came in and made this game for them. Weapon reloads are seriously bad. The Henry rifle in the first game would insert as many bullets as needed to reload your gun all the way. In this game, no matter how many you shoot, it will only put 3 bullets worth of ammunition, and then you are good to go. The revolver rifle, they somehow made it shorter by not twisting the lock so that the cylinder doesn't fall out of your gun. The Sharps rifle isn't even in the game. Mounted cannons in this game are like every modern game with cannons, you just magically reload it without moving. Spencer rifle is the same thing as the last game, they think the bullets are in the tube. For God's sakes, they sped up the reload time of everything. Even if it's the same reload, it's suddenly faster in this game. Why did they do this? For God's sakes, I'm shocked that the melee options in this game aren't just magically faster by simply just cutting out the animation halfway. Oh! But why do this at all? The point of the first game was to bring education in a fun way for users to enjoy. Making an American Civil War game is going to limit the demographic of who's going to buy and play this in the first place. But you're trying to cater to a larger audience is only hurting the audience that legit wants to play games from these timelines. Instead, you are shooting yourself in the foot by upsetting the fans from the first game, while the person who doesn't care about history still isn't going to play your game because of the stigma of long reloads. You should have just simply embraced what you were making. Instead, you got this abomination that I am about to look at and I don't even want to know. Well, let's finally look at the thing we are all here for, the musket in Civil War Secret Missions.
Help me! Attack! I like the way you shoot.
That's the musket. From the History Channel. That is how you reload a musket according to the f***ing History Channel. The barrel is apparently only 5 inches long. How the hell is the black powder going to launch out of the barrel? Hold on a second, there is no black powder. You just simply put the bullet in, ram your tiny ass ramrod only about to here, then you bring it back up and pull the hammer back. There is no nipple on the gun. What's the hammer striking? My hopes and dreams? Is that what's making gun go boom? Okay, what the actual fuck happened here? Well, from what I can find on the internet, and there is no definitive answer for what happened, this is just my speculation, enemies don't die in one hit unless you are using the musket sniper rifle. What little realism the game attempts to capture with historical facts between the levels is completely thrown out with the game's combat. Most gun reloads are extremely fast. Enemy soldiers often continue charging even when a mini-ball has hit them. Go ahead and look up what a mini-ball does to a leg when it is shot. Wait, no, don't look it up. I'll show you myself. I'm the goddamn Colonial here.
On impact, the bullet flattens out. Bone shatters and splinters. Causing further damage to muscle and tissue. More often than not, the result of a direct hit, death.
You won't still keep charging at me after that? Back to the musket, let's just get everything wrong with this gun. No powder going down the barrel. No paper wad going down the barrel. Putting the mini-ball down the barrel, which magically came out of nowhere. The ramrod is fucking tiny. Only puts the 6-inch ramrod halfway down the barrel, leading to the ball sitting at the front of the barrel. Pulls the hammer back, but does not put a nipple to ignite the gunpowder, and yet somehow is able to make the gun do this. Another issue I am just noticing as well is that all these guns either have very little smoke coming out of the barrels, or no smoke at all like the musket. Well, you didn't put any gunpowder down the barrel of the gun, so it shouldn't even be shooting and working in the first place. Smokeless powder wasn't introduced until 1884, yet this musket apparently has it early. Nope, I am all done with this game. I'm done. I don't want to look at this anymore. God damn, this game sucks! The musket sniper rifle in Civil War Secret Missions gets an inaccurate depiction of muskets altogether. A horrible disgrace to any game that uses a musket. And when it comes to the warfare, it also gets an inaccurate depiction of European musket warfare, since everyone is running around like it's Call of Duty. Man, if the History Channel can't get its game right, can any of them actually get it right? I forgot to mention, while we lose the weapons in this game from the original, they did add in a pretty unique gun to the Civil War, and that is the pepperbox revolver. Okay, let's see, how do they do this one? The reload for this should be pretty long because you basically are loading 6 musket pistols at once, and putting a nipple in each primer at the top of each cylinder. Are you fucking serious?